Now, here is a source that I don't know. I may have used them a time or two, it feels like, as far as, reading some information. Not that it's some kind of bad mainstream media site like, CNN or anything, but I just normally don't get the information that I need from this site. I get it elsewhere, but this story is a good one. It's a good site. Breitbart. From Breitbart, not to be confused with Bart Simpson. Obama administration to revise total GDP growth down 2%. How many times have I come out here talking about just the jobless numbers? Oh, they were better than expected. Oh, markets rally. A month later, 2 months later, revision, up even a double revision. We're revising the last number and the number before that. And then you look at it, oh, well, then the number sucked. The numbers actually sucked. When you said they were better than expected, no, they actually suck because now you've revised them to where they belong. I have yet to do a video about massive GDP growth reduction, revision, etc. that spans approximately 11 years. Fraudulent data, you might as well call it, because that's what it is. And now we've got to finally tell the truth. 11 years later, every year for the past 11 years, we've been wrong and we've lied to you about the GDP. It's actually worse than we said it was, including the times when it already sucked. The Commerce Department. So I know it says the Obama administration is going to revise it. No, trust me, the Obama administration itself does not want to revise this. It wants to give happy talk and tell everyone who's worried about the economy, if you say anything bad about the economy, you are peddling fiction. Well, I guess the Commerce Department is peddling hundreds of tons of fiction right now. As I'm about to read you this, you will see. The Commerce Department is set this July to publish a stunning 2% downward revision of gross domestic product, known as GDP, during the Obama administration term in office. In other words, he's finally on his way out. Let's go ahead and give the real numbers. The department's Bureau of Economic Statistics, or BEA, regularly makes small revisions to its published statistics as more information becomes available over time. But in a massively large adjustment, the BEA just revised downward by $346 billion the real after inflation GDP for 50 states and the District of Columbia, covering the 11-year period from 2005, so we have some Bush time frame in there, as well as Obama, through the end of 2015. According to BEA's newest data, real GDP was overstated by about $125 billion from 2007 through 2008, during the period leading into the start of the Great Recession. But the overstatement shrank to about $70 billion in 2009. But during 2012 and 2013, when the U.S. economy had what some have referred to as a micro-recession, the overstatement of real GDP growth ballooned to about $275 billion. Despite over $100 billion in revisions to real GDP growth in 2014 and 2015, the overstatement continued to grow to $324 billion, or 2% of GDP. Keeping in mind, GDP normally is only a few percent anyways. The Obama administration is already under fire for producing an average real GDP growth of just 1.55% for its 7 years in office. That ranks the Obama presidency as the fourth from the bottom for the 43 presidents of the United States. Obama's performance ranks above only Herbert Hoover at minus 5.65%, Andrew Johnson at 0.70%, and Theodore Roosevelt at 1.41%. From 1790 to the year 2000, U.S. real GDP growth averaged 3.79%. The much criticized administration of President George W. Bush delivered averaged real GDP growth of 2.10% with 2004 and 5 coming in at just over 3% growth. Of course, is that before or after the revision? The longest previous period in U.S. economic history of continuous sub 3% growth was the 4-year period from 1930 to 1933 during the Great Depression. Without at least a 3% economic growth rate, America cannot pay its bills and run deficits. Oh, where have you heard that before? The mainstream media ever told you that? That if we don't have at least 3% economic growth per year, America cannot pay its bills and run deficits, which we do. We run massive deficits. And now that the revision has come out, we have essentially for the last 11 years, we haven't been able to do it. So, Magic 8 Ball, are we going to all of a sudden be able to do it? Concentrate and ask again. Excuse me. You're supposed to hold the 8 up. Let me concentrate. Magic 8 Ball. Are we going to start being able to pay our bills going forward no matter who takes office this November? I was concentrating on that one. Without a doubt, Magic 8 Ball, you saved the day, son. We will be able to pay our bills come this November, starting next fiscal year, 2017, because the Magic 8 Ball said so. Everything I just read you is meaningless. Magic 8 Ball takes precedence. The American voters disapprove of Barack Obama's handling of the economy by 53% to 46%, according to Gallup. But the president has rebounded from his all-time low of 33% in November 2014, and his most recent rating for handling of the economy is his best score since September 2009. However, when you're giving everybody fake numbers, jobs are great, the jobless numbers are fantastic, GDP's been growing every year since I've been on office, unemployment rate's down to below 4%, and the whole goddamn thing is a freaking lie. And the real numbers show massive fraud in your numbers. Then what? Then it proves, as I've always said for years and years and years, everything that I have ever researched in my life regarding government, economy, finance, teachings in school, history, is a freaking lie. Is a freaking lie. Which is what made me say, well, if that's a lie, I wonder what else I've been lied to about. And then I go study something else. Oh my God. My research shows that that's a lie. What about this? 9/11, terror attacks? I don't have time for that. And it kept pounding me in the face. Kept pounding me in the face everywhere I went. Damn it, let me just research this crap once and for all. Holy crap. That's weird. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know a third building fell that day at 5:20 p.m. It has a classic crinkle of a demolition. Hold on a second. Planes didn't even hit that building. Now I'm interested. And I went down that rabbit hole, which led me to another rabbit hole, and now I have millions of rabbit holes, so to speak, that I went down. Maybe not millions, but you get the point. Since 2005, 6-ish is when I really started just looking at stuff. Not necessarily all that, but just got me going. So we're talking about the same time frame that we've been lied to about GDP, 11 years. That's about how long I started waking up and researching things. Everything is a freaking lie. The only thing that's not a lie is something that you know personally or have done personally in your life. Everything else, chances are, is a freaking lie. Magic 8 Ball is everything that we thought we knew a freaking lie. Oh, most likely. See? Magic 8 Ball knows best. Take care.